time is money. If you need to save a lot of time, this machine here, this setup will open up a lot of time for you in a day. My name is Shawn Hopwood from Spooner, Wisconsin. We own a Seal King franchise. We also do trucking, dirt work, and paving here in the local 6 counties. We use our machinery obviously for roughing in driveways, either making new driveways or rebuilding existing driveways. Kind of like tearing out the one you see here and putting down new base gravel, all in preparation for paving. So in comparison to a bucket, like most everybody else uses, this machine here, this ProPlus, it cuts our workload in half. It eliminates the guesswork. You're making a couple passes with a bucket. Sometimes you're wondering how your slope is from left to right, and this kind of eliminates the guesswork out of it. You check one side of your driveway with the laser, and you check the other side. If you got pitch where your tracks are sitting, you can push a pile of material and pretty much hit it within the first couple swipes. You got grade set. Obviously, the more hours you put in on one of these things, the better you get with it. So there's a learning curve, like with any new piece of product or new equipment that you're running. Once you learn how to use it, it's a pretty efficient tool. So quality of finish, I mean, you have to give it a comparison. Compared to a bucket, there is no difference. You can't compare it to anything else. I mean, you're making a 12-foot, I think it's a 12-foot wide pass with this, where with a bucket, you're getting a 7, maybe 8 foot if you got a big bucket, pass on a driveway. And guys that are paving know that most driveways, your main line is 10 to 14 foot wide. In this machine, you have perfect slope, no dips in your subgrade work, no low spots. It takes all the guesswork out of it. You make a couple passes back and forth. Any operator can tell you from the seat of their pants that once you make that final pass, you know when it's good. You know when everything feels good underneath you and it's ready for compaction. The efficiency is pretty amazing. Our first time using it, we were doing just a building pad, and if all you're using these for building pads, they're pretty fast. I mean, if you know how to set grade with a bucket, you're going to be able to set grade with one of these twice as fast. Literally, if you think it's going to be a 3-hour job, and we built a rodeo arena one time, in an indoor rodeo arena, and we were getting 100 yards an hour delivered to us, and this machine kept up with it. And by the time we were done, we checked it with the laser. We were within an inch all the way across the rodeo. And I mean, trucks were dumping pretty hot and heavy. We were able to keep up with all of it. And there was no other skid steer set in rough grade. It was pushing piles down with this. I don't recommend it because it's a lot of material at once, but it did it. And I was relatively new on the machine at that point, or using this ProPlus. So that was pretty impressive from my perspective. The build quality is pretty damn good, especially after you ricochet off a curb or two and you haven't broke nothing yet. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, you catch a tree root or a tree, you hit something, you definitely feel it, but I've never broke anything, and I've hit enough stuff to make you scratch your head wondering if something's going to snap off. Haven't broke nothing yet. Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Gene up there. Gene, every time I call and talk to Gene up at Skier, he picks up his phone or he calls me back shortly after. If there's ever a troubleshoot or a question or I needed parts, got these wings here later on. The guys pick up the phone. It's a real good company to work with. No, I'm happy with it. It brought our dirt work and completion. I mean, it cuts our time in half. If you're paying a shovel man to stand there and give you a hand, You're cutting your labor time in half. You're maybe more than in half. I don't know. I guess it's tough to figure it out, but obviously you're doing jobs faster. So if you're not paying a shovel man to do his thing and work the edges, uh, and you're not putting the hours on the machine and the hours on the job site, then it's just more time you can spend elsewhere. It improves your level of efficiency. Um, makes the job go quite a bit smoother. If you're into any type of building prep, building pads or driveways or parking lots, small parking lots, I'd recommend this product. I'd recommend the Skier Blade. It and we're just a small outfit here in Spooner, so we don't have the manpower to send out to do a grade crew and a paving crew and so time is money. If you need to save a lot of time, this machine here, this setup will open up a lot of time for you in a day.